Episode 3730, Stop Being a Goldfish.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. I hope you're ready for an extraordinary week because, yes, it's Mindset Monday and it's time to get your leadership on. Put your hat on your head a little bit different. You know what? Stop being a goldfish. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this Forgetful family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already even had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter. The Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, Inspiring Connection and Community. Okay, so I just have to ask you, did you survive Father's Day? Okay, if you're a wife married to, the dad, how did it happen? Did it go well? I mean, because sometimes when I was thinking about the goldfish, stop being a goldfish, I was like, you know what? Maybe they went fishing. Maybe they went on the lake. Maybe they went for a ride. Maybe they caught a goldfish. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm stretching it just a little bit. But I really do hope you had a fabulous weekend. And now you need to get back and settled in because you sometimes wonder, or at least I have been asked this, maybe you haven't been asked this, but maybe you're asking me that question in silence of saying, Christiane, why are you here all the time? Like, do you have anything else better to do? Really? No. Yes, I have other things better to do. But I have been given I don't know what you would call it, the task, a dream, a goal to be able to reach people and talk to them about their everyday walk and being able to walk with them in their everyday, but do it God's way. And that's not an easy thing to do. And I know there are lots of podcasts out there that are once a week, once a month, and we're here daily. Most of the time, we did have a hiccup earlier this year. If you don't remember, I don't know, go back to episode, it was in the 3,000, it was 500 and something. Oh man, I've lost track already. It tells you we've been doing it a lot, but maybe it's 3,600 anyway. Regardless, doesn't matter. Just go back. You can see the dates on when they were released. But we did have a short little hiccup because I was very sick. And then I had a pool incident where I was basically swimming the glaciers of Alaska in my Tennessee swimming pool. Yeah, not really good. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. But regardless, somehow we get through our life and we move on to the next thing and then the next thing and the next thing. But then I was thinking sometimes our next things are only because it's dictated and thrown at us. Do you ever feel like your attention span is shorter than that of a goldfish? I mean, if you look at the picture of this episode, if you see that, sometimes I do think that, man, what if I was just a goldfish? Because we live in a world filled with distractions, and it can be challenging to stay focused on what truly matters. But it's time to break free from the cycle of mindless scrolling and endless to-do lists. It's time to stop being a goldfish. My grandson absolutely loves fish, and so he has this fish tank, and he has just a few in there, not a lot. It's good because mama doesn't have to take care of extra children, if you know what I mean, wink, wink, yes. Between the dog and the goldfish and you understand all of that. You've been there, you've done that, or are doing that. Some days I'm thinking, I'm still doing that, and all my kids are old enough to go do whatever they want to do. Very scary thought, but we'll leave that for another episode. But I think how much he loves his fish and how he just loves to go look at them. And now my granddaughter is one that she's not quite tall enough where it sits, but it's a pretty big, it's like a 10-gallon round bowl. Okay, it really is. And it really is attractive. And it makes this noise. It's so soothing. And so she'll go up to it and she'll just, when she was little, or now she's using her words, but more so when she was little, she would just kind of grunt and point and just be like in this awe of, and, just these sounds would come out of her mouth of like, can you believe this? Can you see what I see? And then I think, I wonder what the goldfish thinks. What is this thing looking at me? This big, thick head coming at me with these big eyes. And I'm really kind of scared. When you think about it, what are they thinking about? Right? Would you like to be a goldfish or would you rather be the one who's looking at the goldfish in the bowl? I don't know. But today I want you to think about goldfish. Seriously, we're going to talk a little bit about this because it's really going to bring in the whole idea of intentionality, being assertive to your attentiveness as to what you're doing. And where's your attention span? Because life moves too quickly, often leaving us feeling like, well, our attention span is as fleeting as a goldfish. Research shows it's about 9 seconds. Some would argue it's 7 or 8 seconds. But with technology pulling us away, and then we've got family obligations tugging us the other way, it's easy to get lost in the sea of distractions. And sometimes it's like, and we don't have gills to breathe underwater. I don't know about you, but the average human attention span is 8 seconds, maybe some a little less, some maybe a little bit more. But it doesn't differ that much from that of a goldfish. In fact, some people are arguing because of technology, our attention span is now less than that of a goldfish. It depends on what study you read, right? What the research shows. You can always find anything that will show anything. And you can go ask ChatGPT and it'll send you on this little rampage or whatever. I don't want to go down that road. What I want to go down is saying, how are you living? Are you in the goldfish with the bowl, with the goldfish, Are you swimming in there going, bloop, 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 bloop? Or are you choosing to be on the outside? Because we really need to highlight the need to where our focus is or the lack thereof. What are we doing in our life? Where are we going? And then we don't have to have every single detail, but we've got to have a general outlook. I know as my husband and I get older, the way we see life is through a different lens. We're looking at, gosh, okay, if we build our house now, hopefully we can pay it off before you retire. I'm not planning on retiring. I will probably plan on having a podcast and doing things and doing the PJ parties and having AIM and doing all of that until, well, I fall asleep and I don't wake up and God calls me home. Because I just know so long as I have breath, that's what I've been called to do. I don't know what it all looks like exactly. I think there are a few things that are bigger on the outside of things that are, coming up and bubbling up from the surface, which are exciting. So if you want to write a book, you want to stay tuned. I'm in the middle of writing a book right now. I've got some exciting things on that edge of life. But there's so many things that we just don't take time to stop and really reflect. Why? Because we're the goldfish. We're stuck with this crazy technology called a phone or a tablet in our hand. And even if you work, you're holding a tablet. Nowadays, I think babies are being born with them. They're not, but sometimes I think they are. Because before they're even 1 year old, they can move things around faster than I can. My grandson, before he was the age of 2, he was like moving all my apps around. I was like, okay, whoa, we got to have lockdown. Let grandma show you, and you can change it. This is what you have to do. And that's it. And he loved, of course, taking pictures and seeing videos of himself. So that was easy for grandma to do. It's like, okay, we can do this. But sometimes he would move things around. I'm like, where did you put this? Grandma can't find it. And then he would giggle. And now that he's older, he's like, no, grandma, let me show you. And then he shows me. I'm like, oh, how did you do that? And then he shows me. I'm like, and how old are you? Yeah, who's the goldfish in the bowl right now? I do wonder sometimes. While goldfish may seem forgetful creatures, studies show that they also possess remarkable memory capabilities. Just as a goldfish can recall specific tasks over time, we too can train our minds to prioritize what truly matters and navigate life's maze of distractions. And it's hard to do, I get it. But my goodness, if a goldfish knows when they're going to be fed, which is interesting, my grandson and granddaughter's fish, oh yeah, they know. They know when it's time to eat. And it's a specific time. I mean, give or take 30, 40 minutes or so, but it's about the same time. And they know, and they see the hand come over. It's not the big eyes that are coming to look at them and with the, the welling up of the voice and the, oh, that comes out of the mouth of the little grandbaby girl. But it's a sprinkle of goodness. It's like the manna from heaven. And they know, and they're right there. They're waiting for it before it even drops. But here we get lost. We get lost in our to-do list. Our to-do lists become longer and longer and longer. They don't get shorter. We say we're missing out on things when we just keep saying yes to everything else, but we say, oh, I can't do that because I've got all this. Why do you have all that when this is what really matters? I really want you to look at the parallels between our attention spans and those of a goldfish. And I'm hoping what that's going to do is draw you in, not because I want you to go swimming, not because I don't want you to go, fishing. I mean, those are all great. But you can appreciate the importance of intentional focus and memory in shaping your daily experiences. Create your now. You've got to be intentional. A goldfish is intentional, or what happens? He doesn't make it. Glom, glom, glom. Right? I mean, come on. And we don't want it to be that kind of a day. So let's break free from the cycle of fleeting attention spans and embrace the power of focused intention in achieving your dreams and goals. That is your kiss to keep it simple strategy. Embrace the power of focused intention. Now, you can consider the bare basics of intentionality by setting SMART goals. You know these, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, where you actually set a date to it. Maybe it's practicing mindfulness and creating a distraction-free zone to focus. You say, okay, I'm going to block off this much time to work on this. All of these are obvious. And if not, go back. I talk about these a lot, but I wanted to go a little bit deeper today with you. Why? Well, because if a goldfish has a good memory, we've got to work our own memories. And so what does it look like in real life to embrace the power of focused intention? Number one, I think we take this for granted, but you got to seek mentorship and accountability. Surround yourself with mentors, coaches, a supportive community, maybe a podcast that you really like. Hello, thank you. And thank you, like seriously, thank you for listening and tuning in. I don't take you for granted, right? I don't believe in just, happenstance that you're here. No, I believe it's a divine appointment. And I don't take that for granted, and I don't take it loosely. But I do think sometimes we run our life very loosely. We say, we're connected and we got this and we've got all of it put together. But really, what we really need is someone to provide guidance and feedback. Someone to say, you know what? I'm going to hold you accountable as you go on this path in this direction during this season of your life. Engaging with individuals who share your values and aspirations offer new perspectives, motivation, and encouragement, helping you stay intentional and committed to your growth and success, what you can achieve. And if you don't achieve it, the lessons learned. And then what? You get to get back up and do it again. One step at a time leads to miles of greatness. This isn't a sprint. It is a marathon. And it's an incredible journey. And it's not meant to be done alone. Why do you think we're going to have Kairos, our free community? It's opening up soon. In fact, I'm meeting with our website designers this week, and we're doing some crazy stuff. It's awesome. I'm trying to get the last pages to connect so that when you come to there and you're like, gosh, I want to write a book, or I want to be a guest on your podcast, or I want to listen to your TV show, you can go and actually click on that, and literally in an instant, it's going to take you right where you need to go. It's taken a lot of work to get here. We've been doing this for a year, and I know I've been talking about it, just like I'm writing the book. It takes a while to get everything in motion, but I appreciate your patience. But you see, that's the whole thing about mentorship and accountability. I do that. I'm with an incredible group of people that, number one, keep me grounded. Number two, they really look and listen to me, not from the aspect of, she wants to be all of that. They look at my gifts and talents. They ask me deep questions. And they challenge me at things like, okay, is that the only way you could do that? What if you did this? What if we put a spin this way? What if you tried this? Have you talked to this person? It's amazing the doors that open. You see, everything I talk about, I do myself. And I don't take it for granted. I jump in, and it is a commitment. And I think that's one of the things that we have to realize, that if we want to be the change in the world, we have to do and be the change in the world. That means we have to take aim. Action ignites motivation. Stop being a goldfish. You're not supposed to be in the bowl. You're supposed to be outside with something incredible. Where are you today? Number 2, gratitude and intentions rituals. And these are what I think about, expressing that gratitude, being thankful, saying, yes, I'm blessed regardless of the results. Start and end each day. Notice what I said, start and end each day with a gratitude and intentions ritual to set a positive tone and a purposeful direction for your day or your evening. Do you know what is so cool? When I go to bed at night, and even though my husband's there, I just do this all in my head, okay? So you're hearing it out loud now, but it's all in my head. Nobody hears what's going on. Unless if I'm by myself and my husband's traveling or I'm traveling, then sometimes, yes, I will actually have reflection or a gratitude or my intentions is actually verbal. But most of the time, it's all done in my head. But when I lay down, I have a specific position I go into because every once in a while, yes, my back does not feel all that great. So I have a heating pad and I turn on my heating pad at a certain level and it cycles its way through with its heat. And during that time is my time with God and reviewing my day. It's really my gratitude and intentions rituals. And I do it every evening and every morning. And let me tell you, when I miss it, I have a hard time going to sleep. Because my mind is like, oh, wait, I could have done this. Or wait, oh no, what about this? Oh man. And then I find myself grabbing my phone. Yes. And I sit there and put notes to myself so I don't forget it. So I can lay down and actually go to sleep. Expressing gratitude for what you have and setting intentions for what you wish to achieve can shift your mindset towards abundance and clarity, fostering a deeper sense of purpose. It allows you to pursue your purpose with passion. Doesn't that sound awesome? Like when you think about it, going, gosh, if I could go for what I'm really supposed to be doing in my life. Now, I'm not saying that you get to quit your job because your job might be a part of your purpose that, again, it may not. It may be totally separate, but you still need to pay the bills. So don't misunderstand me here. I'm not giving you permission to quit the world and life, okay? You still have responsibilities. But I can tell you that, yes, even though you work hard, okay, so let me give you a real life example. As I'm sitting here thinking in the studio right now, because, I make all these notes and then I come and I record with you because you get the real and raw all the time here at Create Your Now. I'm not sitting here making things up, but we literally do life together. And I know you know that, and that's why you show up because we're different. I mean, did you watch the Giants and the Dodgers yesterday? I mean, did you watch that game? Very, very interesting. I believe the Dodgers won, by the way. I stepped away for a minute, but it was a one-hit difference, a one run, I should say, not one hit, but same thing, but not same thing, but a one-run difference. And I think the Dodgers pulled it out because we were at the top of the 8th when I walked out of the room to do some things. But then also, did you see the Stanley Cup final? Game 4, was it not awesome? Oh my goodness. And now we're getting ready for Wimbledon. I mean, what isn't happening? And some of you who watch basketball, I know I'm not there yet. Sorry, can't go there. I did turn on a little golf too and been watching some tennis in preparation for Wimbledon, which starts June 30th, but we'll leave that for another episode too. Anyway, I tell you all of this to say I'm putting my house back together and I'm rearranging some things, and I've really been out of my studio. And my studio is kind of like my place. It's like, yeah, it's where I get connected. I get in my zone. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I can have stuff all over. And right now, if I was to turn around and snap a picture, you would see stuff everywhere. You would see about 5 different cameras. You would see a teleprompter. You would see about 6 or 7 different lights. You would see fans and another teleprompter. You would see 2 or 3 different forms of computers and tables and this big screen so I can do interviews. I mean, you name it, like it's all behind me. And then you see all the decor so I can change my set out. I mean, that's all in here in my room. But it's interesting. It just brings joy to me. And it just revs me up. I think we forget to slow down enough to see what does rev us up. And that's where that gratitude and intentions rituals comes in. of saying, you know what? I can do this. I want to pursue my purpose with passion. And I want to be able to show up filled up. I want to be able to impact and influence the world that I touch, my own family, my friends, my community, my church, even the strangers that I come in contact with. What is it for you? What revs you up? Because the whole idea is what? Embrace the power of focused intention. And when you're doing that, that's when you create your now. That's when you're making those decisions intentionally, saying, I get to do this. Not I have to do this. I get to do this. And do I like cleaning? Do I like moving all this stuff? I mean, I looked at my hearth room area and kitchen and eat-in area. I mean, it's a huge area. And it's basically where we've been living the last year. And anything that was really important was dumped always in that area. Why? Well, because half of our home was being remodeled and we had renovations going on. And it was quite the undertaking. And at times, we literally were sleeping downstairs. And I think one time we didn't take a shower for 4 days. Now, we weren't stinky or anything, but it was a commitment to that. But we got it done, and we finished our beautiful hardwood floors. And I tell you all of this because life is really chaotic. And amidst all of the stuff that's going on with the remodeling and renovations and changing things and redoing things and all of this, we still had to pay bills. We still had to go to work. We still had school to attend. I still had a podcast to do. I was sick for basically, or had an major incident for 2 months. We had family stuff going on that had me traveling a ton. I think I went to 4 or 5 different major events. I mean, it wasn't like I was just sitting on the couch eating bonbons. But what I did do is I was intentional. I showed up, filled up, ready to do the work God had given me. And that might be for you right now, tending to your little child. Fabulous. Do not take that for granted. That's where you are right now. Be all in on it. But sometimes we just kind of set life to the side and we really don't think because we're just always doing. We feel like we just have to fill our minds. Why? Because of technology. It's like, oh, got to keep scrolling, got to keep keep busy. Well, getting busy, is it getting anything done? And then finally, number 3, journaling and reflection. Incorporate regular journaling and reflection practices into your routine to gain insights into your thoughts, insights into your emotions, and progress towards your goals. What are you really doing? What are you trying to accomplish? Where do you need to shift? There are things that I've been wanting to do here at Create Your Now, but honestly, there are times I'm like, there's just no way. I don't have the capacity or maybe even the capability because of whatever it is. It's not an excuse, it's a fact. And so I have to transition. I have to change. I have to be adaptable. You see, there's one thing by flying by the seat of your pants and being adaptable. They are 2 different things. You want to be flexible. You want to be adaptable. You want to be able to make changes quickly. But you also at the same time need to be very intentional. And that takes work, my friend. And so when you journal and you reflect, by writing down those reflections and challenges and breakthroughs, you can identify patterns. You can set intentions like, wow, I didn't notice this before, but now that you mention it, wait, now that I wrote it down, I can see it. And it deepens your self-awareness, ultimately guiding you towards intentional actions aligned with your dreams and your goals and your aspirations and where you're headed, your purpose, your passion, what you're pursuing, which allows you to be what? Very, very present. That's why it's so important to create your now. Your presence matters because you do have a purpose and you need to lead with passion to complete it, to pursue it. So I want you to think about what works for you because what I know about you, you are not a goldfish looking at the world from the world's perspective. You have gifts and talents to share with the world you touch, your family and friends, your community, and your church and strangers and everybody in between. Be intentional and attentive to who you are and who you are becoming. You, my friend, are made for more. Go and create your now. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Oh, wait, maybe we should make a fish face. Okay, love you. Bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.